Hey people, how's you doing? So I was on a walk, a 5 kilometre walk, and a picnic for the Backington Animal Sanctuary yesterday. So I caught the sun, which is unusual for me. I'm usually pasty white, but getting a bit of colour. So I want to thank Urban Bongo for this prompting this really. So it's about kind of intersectionality and the threat to the movement and all this kind of stuff. But I want to take us back to the early 80s. Now, the early 80s saw the radicalisation of the BYV, which is now Cruelty Free International. And that basically meant that a lot of radical people, or relatively radical people, had some money for a change. And I was based in Liverpool and Manchester at the time. So I was involved with the Northern Animal Liberation League. And I was involved with the Merseyside Animal Rights Committee. We used to run a stall a couple of times a week in Liverpool. We also opened the very first animal rights shop in the world, we think, about 1981. There's a lot going on. I used to live in the same location as Dave and Fiona Callender, and they were big with the Hunt Saboteurs, and so they organised the demos against the Waterloo Cup, which was the biggest hare coursing event in the world at the time, and also all the grouse shooting in Derbyshire kind of area, as well as doing the sabbing 2 or 3 times a week. So it was a busy time for all of us. But what I want to say is that even though all that was going on, we would still find ourselves, at a Rock Against Racism gig, and we would find ourselves going over to Manchester to support the feminist-inspired Reclaim the Night marches. I remember a couple of those in Manchester. And so intersectionality in our mindset wasn't a problem. It never was a problem in the movement. It's not a threat to the movement, and never has been in the 45 years that I've been involved. So the idea now that we've got a small group of right-wing people who are here to save our movement from intersectionality is just ludicrous to me. It's just so arrogant. Kind of wind your necks in, people. The movement doesn't need you to save it. Jeez, come on. This is so silly. Really silly. We've been through a lot in this movement, and it's not under threat. The focus of veganism is not under threat. Never has been, and as far as I can see, never will be. There's no threat. We don't need you to ride in on your virtual white horses with your little white cowboy hats to save the movement. It's so arrogant, your position, honestly. It's really, really silly. There's not even a problem. You're panicking about something that's not even there. It's really weird, that part of it. If you want to panic about something, panic about the influence of animal welfare and new welfarism in the movement. Intersectionality is not your problem. Come on, get a grip.